The following is a non-profit fan-based parody. Octopath Traveler is owned by Square Enix. Please support the official release. So yes, can anyone give me the answer to problem 30 on page 214? Yes. Why don't we start with you, Therese? Yes, you, Therese. Go ahead. Give it a go. Wrong. A good effort, but definitely wrong. How about you, Princess Mary? You're an intelligent young woman. Surely you know the answer to this question.
Well, let me put it this way. The square root of 9 is 3. The square root of 16 is 4. So the square root of 15 would be some number that's between 3 and 4. It's stupid.
Ah, but the term we use is irrational. You have whole numbers with no decimals whatsoever. You have integers, which can be positive or negative. You have numbers with decimals that either stop at a finite point or repeat in an endless pattern. These are all called rational numbers. Irrational numbers do none of that. They are numbers with decimals that continue down an endless path with no discernible pattern whatsoever. The very idea of the irrational number was frowned upon by the high society of mathematicians, and anyone who tried to leak out the information would be assassinated by their very hand. In other words, they went to war with the very concept of the irrational number. And speaking of wars, does anyone know the name of the ancient kingdom that fell about 8 years ago?
Princess Mary, you want to take this one?
The ancient kingdom that fell only 8 years ago. Wasn't that... Hornburg?
Indeed it was. Very good, Princess Mary. Performing with flying colors as usual. Ah, a very good question. Why did they go to war against Hornburg? The answer to that is quite simple, really. You might want to make a note of this because we'll be having a quiz on it later on. The royal family of Hornburg served as guardians to an ancient...
Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling.
Ah, well if it isn't the school bell. Or rather the guy we hired to be the school bell because we couldn't afford to buy and install an actual school bell. Well, it's time for me to hit the books. I suggest you do the same for our next class tomorrow.